we had the long walk, we have the running man, and soon we're gonna have the sprinting people. That's all I got. I just saw the running man. There wasn't really a lot of running, but that's okay. I still like the movie, but I wouldn't say it's all that really. When I saw the trailer to this movie, I thought it looked like it was going to be a lot of fun. It's directed by Edgar Wright, who made a bunch of other movies like Scott Pilgrim vs. the World and Shaun of the Dead and Baby Driver. So I was expecting this movie to be fun and just a little bit wacky, but I do kind of feel like this movie kind of went too far with the wackiness, even for me. The movie really does start out pretty good. I really do like the first half of this movie, but as it keeps going, it really just gets less and less serious. But I guess you're really not supposed to take it serious from the beginning, but hey, that's just me. So in The Running Man, the world is basically kind of fucked and kind of shitty to live in. Most of America, if not all of America, is owned by one company, and you pretty much see them all throughout the entire movie. They even control the police force. Kind of think like Hunger Games, but this is not really like District 12. This is more like District 10, maybe? I don't really know. I guess that's really a bad comparison, but just know it's the future, and a lot of people are poor, a lot of people are struggling, and people are like doing these risky jobs that's killing them almost, while the rich are the rich, and they're not having any issues at all in society, as far as I know. A lot of the people in the poor countries can get themselves out of poverty, but they have to participate in these certain games that the TV likes to put on. And sometimes these games aren't really all that crazy. They're really just like game shows for the people to laugh and point at. And from what we saw, one game that isn't the Running Man, it pretty much leads to someone dying. But we have our main character who is struggling. He doesn't have a job. His kid is sick and he needs to get money. So he decides, I'm gonna participate in the Running Man. Now, at first, he doesn't want to be in the Running Man, but he realizes that he fits the stereotype and criteria for what the Running Man show needs. An angry person who is willing to do whatever it takes for his family. So of course in this game, the guy, or the people, because there was actually 3 contestants, they have 30 days to complete the Running Man event, which pretty much means they have to run around the world, survive, live, and don't get caught. And anyone in the world can also participate by help exposing where the Running Man or running people are, and they can also get paid, so there's that incentive. The Running Man also has to like check in by doing these 10-minute recording videos every day, and they have to put them in the mail. That way people don't just stay in one place the entire 30 days. And the running people can also win money for their families, so there's again a incentive to play. So it all makes sense. The rules are pretty clear, everything makes sense, and the runners also get like 12 hours head start. And yeah, at first I thought this was going to be like John Wick 3 levels of insanity, but it actually starts out pretty slow, and the main character really doesn't get into a lot of drama until a few days in. Now, I guess we should start talking about each part of the film like I always do. So I want to start with the characters, and man, there really is only like one interesting character, and that's the main character. He was kind of cool, kind of an antagonist. I mean, we really don't know too much about him. I guess he played the original Running Man for an older film. Like, I guess this is a remake. I don't really know too much about it. But he plays the character that's in charge of the Running Man. He decides who gets in. He decides who's best for the ratings. And yeah, he also decides who's fit for the show, because they also have to be entertaining. It can't just be boring. But other than him, I mean, we really only get to know much about the main character, and there really even isn't that much to go off of. Like, yeah, he's a struggling man. He's an honest man. He's nice. He helps people that he works with, and he wants to just take care of his family. He has a child that's sick. That's really it. And I have a feeling that's all they wanted to really do, because they wanted to make this character super relatable by giving him just basic, characteristics. And I'm not trying to say this is like a bad thing, but it would be cool to like know something about the people that we're following for 30 days and wanting him to survive, besides just he has a family and he loves them. The guy who plays Ben Richards, who is the main character, is Glenn Powell, and I think he did a fine job, though I will say there were times where his acting just really wasn't that believable towards the beginning of the film. It was the scene where he was talking with his wife, and it seems like all the things he said and did was kind of phoned in, like he really wasn't putting his, most effort into it. But when he did start the Running Man event, he actually was kind of entertaining to follow and watch get into these situations. It's almost as if he was just waiting for the game to actually start for him to really try and be an actor. That's just me, really. I know it's probably a little mean. Oh yeah, that's right. Michael Cera was in this movie, and he played a very interesting character, and he had more to do with the story than the other 2 running people in this game show, which is really weird. Like, the other 2 people, like, just don't get attached to them because they're just not important at all to the story. I don't even understand why they even bothered, like, introducing them and even trying to get us to recognize or remember who they are. One of the characters named Tim, and he acts like this guy who's a really big fan of the Running Man. He knows so much about it, but yeah, okay, small spoiler alert, it really does not matter. Tim gets blasted easily, and he fits into a stereotype of people who play this game who gets killed off easily. And you'd think the guy who studies the show the most wouldn't do that, so I don't know if that's just bad writing. Speaking of writing, it was fine, it was okay. Like I said in the beginning, it really got goofy towards the end. The entire movie is really just wacky and goofy, but it got really goofy towards the end. Like, there was even times where the movie even forgot about the game show, it seems like. I mean, that's just me for real. Towards the end, it just pretty much became just any old reality TV show where a guy is just chilling and not doing anything. It's just him existing is the game show now and not running away from people. The writing is also very like cliche. There's so many tropes in this film that I've noticed. We got the whole, the America is under this dystopian society now and everything's owned by this new company and money is replaced by this one currency. The main character, like I mentioned earlier, is a generic guy who just wants to take care of his family, and he's an honest man. He's also really strong. They did the whole like, hey, if you want, you could have your own TV show and you could become a star if you do this one other thing type of trope. And I swear they did that in like a Ratchet and Clank game once. There's the whole like, I'm gonna threaten your family if you don't do what I say trope. There really just was a lot of things that was just tropey in this movie. I don't really want to go over too much. Also, it was very predictable who Mr. McCain or Mr. McCone is. Like in the movie, they mentioned a certain person in the story and the lore of this universe, and yeah, it was pretty obvious that that person was also Mr. McCone, but I'm not going to say anything about that. Also, in the movie, this character, again, so Mr. McCone is like this assassin. He's part of the hunting team that has to hunt the Running Man. Really, anyone can catch the Running Man, but the hunters are like these trained people who were assigned to kill him, who are the primary hunters. And the main one, Mr. McCone, had this like face reveal scene. And I swear the movie was like hyping this up as if this was supposed to be some big reveal, and it turns out to be just some random guy we've never met. So there was no point of him showing his face like that, like this was supposed to be someone we were supposed to know. At first I thought like it was Keanu Reeves because he sounded like him and it wouldn't make sense because, you know, he knows what he's doing with guns and stuff. Then I thought, oh, maybe it's Adam Driver because his body like kind of looks like Adam Driver's. But no, it's just some other random guy. He's just not like this hyped up character, so I don't know why they treated him like he was. The pacing was pretty fine, although it got very sped up at times. They did the thing where they had to skip throughout the days because it would be a very long ass movie if they took time to focus on each of the 30 days. So that was fine there. I wanted to mention this real quick. Like, acting wasn't like the greatest also with everyone. I mentioned it earlier. You really only care about one performance, which is Ben Richards' character, or, you know, by Glenn Powell. Everyone else in this film is just really forgettable. The music was pretty good in this movie. I really did enjoy it. It was pretty fun and didn't really distract me too much. Nothing like too insane, I will say. There was this one song that was playing when Ben Richards was like running through the night into the woods, and they played this like violin song, I think it was. I don't really remember, but there was one song that I really liked. The editing and, you know, art direction for this film was pretty cool. I will say this movie felt like it took as full advantage of a full screen as it possibly could. I don't know if that was just my movie theater, this movie, but it was shot well. Even the scenes where they showed the news stations and like what was on TV kind of felt, you know, realistic. You know, it seems like they truly did care about the editing for this and like the style and art and everything. Don't really know if art's the right word, but that's just what I'm gonna say. One last big thing that I really want to talk about was this whole like message it was trying to say for this movie. And I swear to God, this is now the third time that I have to say this again. I said it in Megan 2, I said it in Good Fortune, and here I am again in The Running Man by Edgar Wright. Here I am talking about how this movie really wanted us to fight back against the system and against the government and fight for what we believe in and fight for a change and all this and that. And I swear, I'm not trying to like sound like, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but holy fuck, this is coming from Skydance of all people. Yet another big ass, who knows how much this company is worth, multi-million-dollar company who's buddy with the fucking president, who is responsible for the current shit that's going on with Americans right now, and how they can barely afford gas, electricity, and groceries. Gee, I wonder who's responsible for all of this and who said that they would fix everything when they first became the presidents. And I said I wouldn't get political anymore, but here I am. Oh, who would have thought? Yeah, Skydance, go fuck yourself. I'm just so fucking tired of these companies acting like they're trying to inspire us to do something. No, they're fucking not. If anything, this movie serves as a distraction of what they really want. There has barely been that many movies in history that inspired some actual change. And I don't think The Running Man by fucking Skydance is going to be doing anything like that. Now, some can argue this is an old story. There's no point in getting mad at it because at the time it was trying to tell this certain message, so you can't get really mad at it. Well, why the fuck did the whole scene between Ben Richards and this other rich girl that happened, why did they focus so much on it? The camera even zoomed in on his face and be like, I am not the bad guy, I'm just trying to support my family. And then the other rich girl was just like, no, the media told me this. It's like, this movie clearly wanted this to be so important, because why put it in the film? Why make it such a major point? It almost feels forced in how, like, he just runs into this character who's this rich person with a car that just so happens to not understand what's going on in the world with poor people or people who are struggling. She believes like, oh, they're all criminals, they're all bad people. Gee, I wonder who this movie was trying to send a message to. I just do not give a single fuck about this movie and it trying to be like, guys, fight for what you believe in. Yeah, Richards lives. Yeah. And if that's not what the movie was trying to do, then that's fine. But holy fuck, this is the third movie this year that I swear a multi-million-dollar company was trying to tell me to fight and change things. You're the fucking company with all the money. How about you fucking do it, you asshole? Must I remind you that a lot of decisions that are made in America are mostly done by people in the 1%. Why do you think it's taking so long for the Epstein files to get released? I wonder why. Anyway, again, I don't know if the movie was really trying to do that. I don't know if it was just trying to relay a message it had before. Either way, I don't like this message. It just kind of annoys me that much more, and swear to God, please, will these fucking companies just stop trying to act like they're our best friends and that they have our best interest in mind. I do want to talk about some spoilers parts, so if you don't want to be spoiled, skip to this part. And yeah, I haven't really talked about spoilers in films because most of the time I just gap on for a long ass time and I really don't have much to add on. I just explained the movie. Richards does a good job of getting through The Running Man. He meets some people that do want to help him and want to help the cause and fight against the system and all that. And it gets to the point where the game show just forgets that it's The Running Man and it just tries to be this hype show for Richards because I know it gets more ratings. And like I said earlier, there's this trope with the leader of the game show or the owner, and he's like, hey, if you kill the hunter and you kill this guy, then I can make you your own TV star. But then Richard's is like, no, fuck you. And he gets on a plane and he uses that plane to, well, he doesn't really try to, but it eventually almost crashes in to this like building of where the actual like Running Man host is. He's this guy who's like hosting the game, hyping the audience up, spreading lies and misinformation, you know, making the audience believe a certain thing. Also, throughout this film, there was a lot of parts where like they clearly like used, they were fabricating videos and trying to make it seem like the runners are like these horrible people. In reality, they're really just in a fuck situation and they're really just mad at the situation. And yeah. Hell, at one point I thought this movie was going to go for the whole you can't trust AI and maybe it was going to teach people some lessons about what AI can really do, but they really don't. It's kind of funny because like we can just now do these fake videos now. But yeah, it's alleged that Richards survives the plane crash because like as it was trying to crash into this building for where the host was at, they had the other like jets ready to fire at the main ship or plane that Richards was on. Because that was the part where he was offered to be on the show, but he said no. And then that's when the owner of The Running Man decided to put on his video where he's like, it's clearly not Richards, but it's a fake video of him being like, I'm going to blow this motherfucker up and everything. And that's how that all leads to that. But of course, Richards survives because the show just can't kill him off like that. But Richard just becomes an actual like resistance leader and he like sparks a revolution and his like story gets spread through this like other girl who got kidnapped. Yeah, that's right. The girl with the car, she ends up becoming important even though we know nothing about her. She just tags along for the ride for the final act of the film when it was like this movie's about to be over. She's the one that helps spreads the message how everything is corrupt, to turn the TV off, all that stuff. And people use this opportunity to revolt and, you know, fight back against the Running Man. And then even on the live show, like, the people are like, no, fuck you. What happened to Richards? You're lying. Then chaos sparks out and then the owner is like, oh no, what's going on? And he runs away because he was about to get on stage. The host quit at that point and That's when Richard shows up and shoots the owner. He shoots Thanos in the face. Then the movie ends. Yeah. Yeah, this is why I don't talk about spoilers that much. I really don't have much to say. I mean, hey man, it's just, sometimes you just gotta yap about it and without editing too much. So yeah, that was The Running Man. I will say, the movie is entertaining. It's pretty fun. It's funny at times, but there is a lot of jokes that really didn't land, so that's really sad. It has some weird pacing issues. It's really, really goofy even for Edgar Wright. I really liked how the movie was kind of serious in the beginning, but also not too serious, but maybe that's just my fault for trying to like it, because I really do like movies like this, really. It's not really a movie you should ever take serious at all in the slightest. I mean, they make it apparent it's pretty wacky, but again, that's just me for hoping in something. But yeah, it's fine. I mean, Thanksgiving's around the corner, so put it on and don't really pay too much attention to it. Or you can, that's fine too. I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10. I think that's fair. It was a fine movie. I'm not gonna say it's good. Just fine. Just whatever. Just not mid, I will say. That's a good thing. But yeah, that was The Running Man. What do you guys think? Let me know. Talk about what other movies you want me to talk about too. And yeah, I got more reviews coming, so that's everything. You have a nice one.